Today on Animal Fact Files, we're talking about marabou storks. The name marabou stork is in reference to a specific part of these birds' bodies. Do you know which part? If you've ever wondered what these are, you're in luck because we're talking about them today. Marabou storks reach 4 feet tall when standing straight up and have wingspans of almost 9 feet. Marabou storks use these large wings to soar over African savannas. These birds live in sub-Saharan Africa in open, arid places and just about anywhere there is water. So while they aren't commonly found in dense forests, they may live in forests if there's water around. At night, marabou storks rest in trees. Like our sleepy cat Chester, marabou storks are not morning animals. They'll wait around in their roosts while the world warms up. This warming creates thermal drafts, which the storks utilize during flight. They're not lazy, they're efficient. When they do finally decide to get their butts into gear, marabou storks will make their way to feeding areas. A marabou stork's foot-long beak is used for grabbing small animals as well as picking up pieces of dead flesh. These birds are not vultures, but they're like vultures in that they're a part of the African savanna's cleanup crew. They do, however, have bald heads like vultures. Marabou storks begin mating around 4 years of age, but they don't mate every year. They generally remain monogamous, sticking with the same partner throughout subsequent breeding seasons, though there's always that chance they'll wander. A female marabou stork will lay 2 or 3 eggs that hatch after a month of incubation. They'll remain in the nest for another 3 to 4 months, at which point they'll begin to fly, though it might be a bit longer before the young become independent from their parents. Often these birds aren't successful in their breeding attempts, with only 1/3 of eggs reaching independence, and then only a quarter of the juveniles remaining reaching reproductive maturity. It can be a harsh world out in the wilds of the African savanna for young marabou storks, but those who do reach adulthood may live to be 25 years old, and even develop age spots like bottlenose dolphins. Marabou storks may also be found in human settlements, where they can get easy pickings around garbage dumps and fishing piers. In these areas, it's documented that marabou storks become quite tame. Another feeding area marabou storks will seek out is a fire. Yes, like the hot, flaming kind of fire. Small animals will flee from fire, and the marabou storks will stand on the edge of the fire to make a meal out of this opportunity. It's a little diabolical. Marabou storks are also known as the Undertaker Birds because their macabre appearance and their proclivity to hanging out around dead things. Though marabou storks are big, they're also quite shy. At a carcass, marabou storks tend to hang out towards the back of the crowd, reaching in for a bite when an appropriate opportunity arises. They often travel in groups, with the most dominant members showing off their gular pouches. These are the dangly things on their necks. A Malibu stork's gular pouch is connected to its nostrils and can be used to make deep guttural noises. It's also used for heat regulation. A marabou stork's legs might look white, but this isn't actually the case. Another way marabou storks try to keep cool is by excreting on themselves, quite similar to the shoebills we've discussed in a previous episode. In reality, marabou stork legs are dark. Their feathers, however, are quite light and fluffy, and it's from their rump feathers these storks get their name. Marabou stork feathers were used in European fashion during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Bet those fashionistas didn't know they were wearing feathers from birds who regularly poop on their own legs. Nowadays, feathers labeled as marabou feathers are often turkey or chicken feathers. So, did you guess the right body part for the marabou's namesake? For more facts on marabou storks, check out the links in the description. Thank you to Frank and Tristan for today's request. Give a thumbs up if you learned something new today, and thank you for watching